music on.
Yep. Oh, yep. Okay. Just a little bit.
Are we good?
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry, Gail. I got to stand next to Corey
You
because
got
we
what?
only have one microphone today. So I want to say hi to everybody out there and everybody here. Thank you for joining us.
Hello.
We're
Welcome
here
to Moxie.
with Moxie Motion live at Fairhaven Senior Center. Thank you, Fairhaven Senior Center, for having us. We are all in the thing. Yep, looks good. Okay, are we ready to go?
Is everyone ready?
Shall we go over our 6 rules first?
Sure.
All right, Corey, take it away.
All right. I'm going to give you guys the first one. What's the first one? Breathe. Why do you think it's important to breathe? Well, it's obvious that we need to breathe because we wouldn't be here, right, if we weren't
right.
breathing.
Bad things happen if you don't breathe.
But one of the things that we need to keep in mind, too, with breathing, right? We need to, yep, that's a really good point. Thank you. We need to make sure, okay, that we're breathing because we want oxygen to get into the muscles, right? But if we hold our breath while we're exercising, what that does is raise a stress level response in our body, right? And then our body tightens up, okay? So we're not really using the muscles as efficiently. We're tightening up those muscles. So we want to be able to oxygenate those muscles so they go right through the system and we can relax as we're doing exercise. We're more likely to injure ourselves when we hold our breath. Okay, so that's number 1.
All right, number 2.
What's number 2? Is it?
Posture.
That's right.
We have an audience member throwing out here.
So posture, that's exactly it. So posture is obviously important, right? Because we need to hold our body in a good alignment to do these exercises correctly. Okay? So what's number 3?
Bend your knees.
What's up?
Sort of.
Yeah, very good.
I like the game ready, though. You're thinking
Yes.
game ready.
That's right.
Game
She's
ready,
ready.
too. I love it.
So base of support. Okay, where is our base of support? Base of support. So where is that base of support?
So it means spread your legs a little bit.
Arms and legs.
That's right, arms and legs. So if we have a narrow base of support and we're like this, if we open up our arms, our balance is going to be better, right? It's going to improve our balance. If we open up our legs and our hands and we're doing a task in front of us, it's going to keep us nice and steady. Okay?
So for instance, let's look at like if you're doing side kicks or versus calf raises, right?
Mm-hmm.
So calf raises you're using 2 feet, so you might not need as much arm spread, right, to keep yourself ahead because you have the feet. However, if you want to challenge yourself and go a little narrower,
Right,
then
more
you might
narrow.
use your arms a little bit, right?
But then
Or-
I can push you over.
Yeah.
Then you can push you over. Hopefully no one's pushing you over in the middle of your exercise, but
And
be ready
so
because
say-
apparently it might happen, right?
right.
And then we have side kicks.
Yep, so that's a really good point, Kathy, and how, so that's making us in more of a narrow because my weight is on one leg, right? And I put my arms out, my balance improves. Now, this is getting easy. How am I going to challenge my balance? Bring that base of support in, okay?
Should we try the little?
Oh, we're good at that one.
Yeah.
We're good
Should
at
we try
that one.
All right.
All right.
So we talked about, when we don't want our knees. Sorry, Gail, I'm standing right in front of you. We don't want our knees locked at all because this is what happens. So if I lock my knees and I have narrow arms, Corey's going to give me a little push and see how I shift, right?
And I didn't push hard.
She didn't push hard. So now I'm going to bend my knees, right, and just kind of have my arms ready a little bit. Now give me a little push.
Same amount
So
of push.
that's a big difference, and it's not. We're not playing with that. That's actual truth. So let's try it with as we're doing a side kick, because Gail's saying somebody might come by and push you, right? So, all right. So if somebody comes by and push you while you're doing a side kick, I'm going to do a side kick with my arms like narrow. Go ahead. Okay.
That's
There's no way I have no base, right? So now we're going to try it with my arms out. Whoa! I was anticipating. Sorry. Go ahead. Try it again.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely harder.
I still go, but I don't go as quickly.
Yep.
Right? So you're saving yourself a little bit from that.
Saving yourself.
I'm totally anticipating you like.
She's like, gonna do it. She's gonna do it.
All right.
But it gives you that time to have that reaction time too.
Yeah.
All right. So we just did number 4. What's number 5? Can anyone name number?
Yeah, 3.
Oh,
was,
3.
3
Okay.
was base.
Yep. Number 4. That's the one that I get skipped with 4 and 5
Forward gaze.
together.
Look at
Forward
Judy's got it down.
gaze.
All right.
All right, so when we're walking, with the number 4 is forward gaze. When we're walking, should we have our head down looking at our feet? Do you think that's the safest way?
No.
No. Why do you think that?
Because you'll fall over.
Right, and look at my posture, right?
Bringing yourself to the ground.
Right.
You're trying to get there.
Exactly. Your brain believes what you tell it. So you're telling it to go look down. That's where we're going, right? So when we should have about 6 feet ahead of us. 6 to 10 feet is usually the range of what we should be looking. So is it directly straight ahead, looking straight? No, then we're not going to see obstacles in our path. So about 6 to 10 feet ahead of us. Okay, very good.
All right, so number 5.
Number 5. Kathy was just very out of it just a few seconds ago. Yeah, being in control. So when we're doing these exercises, we want you to control yourself and the whole process of the exercise. So we want you to be able to bring the leg out, right? But bring it back in at the same time. Okay? So it's not this. It's out and then slowly in.
That was hard to do, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. So you gotta do nice and control on
You know
both
air
directions.
The air dancers.
Oh,
in
the air.
parking lot? Don't
Yeah.
be the air dancer.
Don't be an air dancer.
Corey was talking about the stress response with breathing.
Yeah.
Stress response. This brings on stress to our bodies too. It doesn't know which way you want to go.
That's true. All right, number 6 is the last one. Number 6.
Make a plan.
Yay, good. Judy, she has spot on. Make a plan. You all made a plan to be here, right? Right? So, in everything you do, all your exercises, kind of really think about it. You got to plan it out. Do I have good base of support? Do I have good posture? Am I breathing? That is making a plan.
Part of your plan, right. All right, without further ado, you ready to roll?
Is everyone ready? All right.
Okay.
We're going to start our
Let's start
exercise.
with a 2-minute warm-up.
2-minute warm-up,
Yeah,
which is marching.
Thank you, Gail. Here we go.
All right, for 2 minutes. Let me turn the music back up.
Warm up. Get your heart pumping.
Music down, yeah. Opposite arm, opposite leg. And if you're moving just your forearms, that's not really it. You want to get those elbows behind you a little bit. Make sure your arms are going forward and back and not side to side. I saw somebody walking like this the other day. I think her body was confused as to which way she was going.
Yeah, and I see people do this a lot. They're like leaning forward. You know, I think they think they're going faster.
Are they going up a hill?
No, just
Checking.
yeah, that's actually, yeah, good point.
If you're going up a hill, you do want to lean.
A little
but
bit.
Maybe not that much.
Not that much.
If anybody has any cadences you used to sing, we can do those.
I think it's the same theory of when people are in the car and they have their hands on the wheels and they're like this, they think they're going faster. I think that's what it is.
I've never heard that before.
There you go. Keep going, everybody.
If you're feeling good about it, you can pick up the speed a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. Yeah.
But just make sure you're keeping the good alignment, right? Base of support. Don't let it get all too close. I have a tendency to do that myself.
Yeah, keep the feet back. Good. You can notice that if you use your arms a little faster, it actually gives you a little more power. Feel a few more muscles kicking in because you're trying to keep yourself in place.
There you go. There you go. Yeah. We have a few show-offs here, so.
Okay. Show it off, baby.
That's right.
We've got Gail here doing all the exercises sitting. She's not going to be happy with us after this one. This is a good exercise.
Sure is.
Right?
She's doing great.
Yeah, and for Gail, if to progress it, you can go
Woo.
faster or
Take it
to
out.
lift your knees higher.
That's right.
Woo. Everybody breathe.
I think my chair. All right, we can all take a seat.
Mini squats.
Oh, mini squats? Oh, I thought it was chair push-ups.
I'm sorry.
push-ups.
Chair push.
Okay. Okay.
Erase
Good,
that.
thank you.
Chair push-ups.
All right, we're going to do chair push-ups. So everybody, when you get a moment, after you write down your score, you can write down whatever you're doing here. We're going to sit in a chair. I'm just going to pause that so I can hear myself think. So we're going to do some chair push-ups now. You want to get into a nice, stable chair. And you're going to scoot yourself a little bit forward in the chair, okay? All right. We were talking about that.
Exercise 1.
Whoa, hey,
Wait a minute. All right.
forgot I was.
We're not going to be standing. This is chair push-up. So it's going to simulate like we're going to stand, but we changed our mind. Okay? So what you're going to do, you're going to have that good base of support, right? Open up those feet. You're going to tuck, open up your legs a little bit. You're going to tuck your feet back just a little bit so your knees are pointed toward your toes. Okay? And you're going to put your hands on your armrest or the side of the seat, whatever you feel comfortable with, especially if you have like shoulder problems. It might be hard to kind of really hold your hands like this, okay? And what you're going to do will be looking 6 to 10 feet away, all right? And you're going to shift your body weight forward, and you're going to press into your arms so they're straightened, and then you're going to come right back, like so. Okay? We ready? All right.
Exercise 1.
And don't
Gonna be
forget to
a lot
count.
of creaky chairs.
There we go. Hopefully the music hides that. Yep, watch, yep. Excellent. Yep. You guys look good. Looks good. Yep. Remember when you're coming down, try to come down with control, okay? I know that's tough. Your body wants to plop. You got gravity pulling you down.
30 seconds to go.
You'll feel this.
So if you're having wrist issues, maybe put your hands on your seat like this. Okay? Or even if you can change your position of your wrist on the chair, forward or back might help a little.
Yeah, that's what I do. Bending my thumbs.
Stop. Rest. Right
Good
your
job. Nice.
Hey,
Hey, good,
good.
good job.
Head turns.
Head turns. All right.
This larger print is much more helpful.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, next one. If you feel comfortable, please stand. Okay, have that good base of support, good posture. And we're going to do some head turns. And basically, where it's going to head turns and side, cervical side bending. So the first one we're going to do is we're going to rotate our head halfway back to the middle 5 times. Okay? And it's going to be 5 times. And then we're going to do side bending where our ear is going to go towards our shoulder, not our shoulder to our ear. And that's going to be 5 times on each side. Okay? All right, off we go.
Ready?
Okay, we are ready.
All right,
Exercise
ready?
2.
1. And go at your own pace. If I'm on 3 and you're still on 1, that's okay.
This is not a large movement.
4
Just a little turn.
and 5. Now let's go to the other side.
Oh,
2, 3, 4, and 5.
30
Now we're going
seconds
to do
to
ear
go.
to shoulder. 1, 2, 3. I can't look at you. You make me these jokes have. And 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, and
So check your
5.
arms. Those arms should be helping you with your base of support, right? So you don't want them locked down to your legs on this.
Stop.
Mhm.
Rest. Write your score.
Very good.
This exercise especially, check all those blocks, those rules that we talked about, because you are standing in place, but you want to be as strong as you can.
Mm-hmm.
calf raises.
All right, we're going to work on.
Next,
All right, this is also known as heel raises.
heel raises.
At home, you can also do these seated, as you can see Gail is doing, okay? And anytime you're watching TV or you're just hanging out, it's a good exercise to practice. We're strengthening the calf muscle here. Otherwise, if you want to do them standing, maybe at your counter. Good base of support, feet apart a little bit, okay? A little bit of a space so your toes are pointed straight. Remember, those knees aren't locked, they're a little bit soft. And what you're going to do is you're going to lift your heels straight up and come straight down. Really trying to press into the big toe as you come up. You can work on this with your balance too.
Exercise
And see
3.
if you can bring your arms out. That's too much. Maybe just one hand. The key is really pressing into the big toe. You don't want your ankles rolling out, okay? You don't want this rolling out like that. You want to go straight up, straight down.
Make sure your knees aren't locked.
Mm-hmm.
If they're soft.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you want to keep using the muscles,
Mm-hmm.
not the structure.
30
Again,
seconds
if
to
you're-
go.
If you're kind of balanced, let's do one hand
Mm-hmm.
off and one hand on, but use that hand out to the side for balance. Yeah, good. Yeah, and if you find like you're hitting down hard, slow it down on the way down too. So
Mm-hmm.
slow up, slow down.
Nice
Mhm.
and controlled.
Yeah.
Oh, yep,
When you
control.
start to get smooth, then you can speed it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Or add a little hang time, right, Cor?
Mm-hmm, yes.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
Shake him up.
Yeah. Whew.
Oh, there's not a happy face. You okay back there?
Yeah, that's a tough one. Oh,
Just gave you some fits right
it
there,
let you
too.
know.
Sorry.
My appointment's on the 20th, believe me. They had in August and I had doctors referring me.
Oh.
Change your appointment, change it.
Thank you. Good. You have to be a good
You know,
advocate.
against the oil.
Yeah, that's right.
So especially
Now
if
it's
you're starting
mini
to
squat.
feel pain, don't go as high, or
Oh, I
don't do as many, or just stop.
Yeah.
The pain, we don't want pain. No
Yep.
pain. We're not
Yep.
fighting for
Doesn't matter.
And-
I've been in pain for like 2 weeks now.
Okay.
Oh.
And look at your
But
positioning.
it does matter because we don't want to put you in pain.
Right.
So if you did 2 and it was good, and then 3 hurt, then you stop at 2.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay.
And being competitive.
I
I
know.
can tell you are.
And you can
without
always,
knowing you very well.
you can also modify the way the exercise is done for you, okay? So even just shifting your weight towards the front of your toes, but not necessarily lifting the heels up, okay? Work within the range that's pain-free.
Okay. What's
Okay,
up next?
mini squats.
All right, mini squats. You can. Gail was excited about the mini squats. All right, so mini squats, mini bends. Okay, here we're gonna. If you're standing at a chair or whatever, or a countertop, what you're going to do is you're going to remember this. We're going to be able to stick our bottom out as we're bending back, okay? And then come forward. What I'm doing here is my feet are a little bit apart, my toes are pointed straight ahead, and what I'm going to do is really stick my bottom as if I'm going to sit. Oh, nope, I don't feel like sitting. I'm going to stand.
That's it.
Okay? When you really want to emphasize here is tightening your buttocks on the way up, okay? Because those muscles actually get underused. All right? We all like to plop in chairs.
So for Gail, she's going to do the reverse. She's going to do a squat from sitting into a squat. So she's going to keep good posture.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to do her thing. And not,
Yeah, see,
not
she's
gonna
shifting
stand,
her w-
That's actually
yeah.
too high. You're just going to shift on and then come back down. Yeah?
Yep.
Okay?
Okay.
All right, here we go.
All right, everybody.
Exercise 4.
All right, here we go. Remember, keeping your, yes. Yes, looks good.
I was going to have to separate you two, huh?
Check your feet, because you're going to be able to squat with your feet wider apart. I'm sorry, you're going to get a little deeper into the squat with your feet wider apart. So shift your feet apart just a little.
Yep.
That looks good, Jim. Yeah. Good job, Judy.
Watch those knees. Don't let those knees hit each other, okay? Knees should be pointing towards the
Very creaky.
middle of the
Very creaky.
toe, big toe and the middle toe.
This is when you know if the springs on your chair are good. If you're doing it sitting. And again, it's mini squat. So keep your feet on the ground, even your heels.
Thank you.
You're welcome, because I don't want you to be painful. Yep, that looks really good over there. Very nice.
Yeah, yep,
Nice,
yep,
everybody.
good.
Strong.
Take a rest. That's good. I like that.
Gosh, stop. That was like a minute and a half.
Oh.
I didn't even start the timer. How'd that
Oh.
happen? Look at
He
that.
knew.
That's
He knew. He's like, I'm stopping this. Oh, the timer wasn't even going?
Snafu.
Oops.
Fencing.
Oh,
Rest. Write your score.
Oh, there it is.
all right. We're going to do some fencing next, everybody.
Fire that person who does
Do you
the
have
timer.
one, Kathy?
What's that?
Do you have a
Do I
thingamajig?
have it? I do not. Gil, you have
There's some back here, too.
There's some over here. Oh, we're doing. Oh, there it is right in front of me. Grab your swords. It's sword time. Everybody else got one? Judy, you
Ah! What, you need one? There's one right there in that chair.
I see.
Okay. All right, good. There you go. Wait, Judy's got. Well, we have.
Poor sword got squished.
So I start another.
All right, I'm stopping the timer. Remind me to start the timer.
Okay. We have a whole room to remind her.
We're gonna start with the ta-da.
We're doing ta-da. Okay.
Where are we gonna put it?
In our pocket.
In our pocket.
That's right.
And then we go back to ta-da. And then put it in your pockets. Okay,
Exactly.
that's the first one. Where do we start with the second one?
Down low.
Down low.
Yep.
Present your sword, right?
That was
And
good.
then where do we say we're going?
Over there. And then
Okay,
back.
We got it.
All right. We don't need to describe this one at all. Everybody knows them. That's great. All right. We're starting with ta-da.
Ta-da! Put it in your pocket.
We're gonna keep.
Ta-da! Put it in your pocket.
Try to follow your sword with your head. Okay. Your eyes.
Yep, we kind of aim at your sword, your thumb, your duster, whatever you got in your hand.
Yeah.
Please.
You can always just use your thumb. Thumbs up. Thumbs down.
It's just
Thumbs
way
up.
more fun with a sword.
Yeah.
30 seconds to go.
All right, so then we're gonna go down low.
Yep.
And where are we going?
Over there.
Nice. And then present it low and go over there.
Nice stretch.
And again, follow your eyes with your thumb or your sword or your duster or pencil or just a thumb, whatever it is. Over there.
That's right.
What things could we use? Up in the air. Many things to be creative.
Up in there.
Stop. Rest.
Okay.
Write your score.
We're gonna repeat that.
So ta-da on the other side.
Oh, ta-da on the other
Yep.
side.
Your thumb
Put
is
it in your
pointing
pocket.
up.
Oops,
Yep.
sorry.
Yep. And down.
In your pocket.
Ta-da.
Okay, and then again low. Okay,
Wait.
you got this?
Yeah.
Got this.
Oh yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Exercise 5.
Put it in your pocket. Ta-da! And doesn't that just make you feel so happy? Ta-da! Everybody wants to say ta-da.
Ta-da. You get the little kitty. Oh.
I learned a kitten song.
You learned it.
Song, is
Oh
that
boy,
the
you get it.
sweater?
Yes.
We're finding out a lot about Gail right
That we really don't want to know.
now. All right.
30 seconds
we're
to
gonna
go.
low.
Yep. Thumbs pointing up.
And where are we going?
Over there.
That's right, other side. And over there. So start low. Yep, low. And over there. Yep. And watch your thumb. Or your sword,
Yeah, it's combination movement here
or
right
your
now.
duster. Or your pen. Or your flag. You can do this with a flag.
There you go.
You can do this. I'm trying to think
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
of room. Nice. Anybody feel any pain anywhere with that one?
Let's hope not.
Okay, that's a good one to loosen everything up. Again, if you're having pain, you want to modify your exercise. So
What's
you might
next,
not
Gail?
go as high.
Hamstring curls.
All right, everybody. Next one's hamstring curls. We're working this muscle back here. It helps us bend us knee and extend our hip. Okay? So if you're doing this standing, again, you're going to stand up. Keep that good base of support. Soften the knees a little bit. You're going to shift your weight to one leg, and while you lift up the other leg, kicking your bottom. Okay? Try to kick it in the back. Try not to be in the front doing it. It's more like this. Okay? Did I get in your way? Want to move forward? I'll move forward a little bit. As you can see, Gail is showing you how she's kicking her whole leg back in the chair. She's
I'm feeling it more up here.
Are you getting a stretch?
So this one, I think you just
Exercise
You can just do it right
6.
underneath the chair.
under the chair.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So shift your weight and kick. Yep.
Okay, got it.
The key here is shifting your weight. Good job, Judy. That looks really good. You can try to take your...
Are we supposed to do this or stay still? Yep. So the question is, do I shift and lift? The answer
Yes.
is yes.
Shift. The only way you're going to unweight that leg you want to bend is by shifting to the other leg. Uh-oh.
30 seconds to go.
Yes. All right. Good question. Thank you for checking on us.
Scared me. So
All right. We're switching legs.
Did I?
So again, make sure that leg you're standing on isn't locked, that your knee is soft. Don't work where it's hard. If you need hands-on to make it just the movement better, that's where we want to go, because otherwise, again, you're stressing out your body. Stress is not good for our body. Actually, just heard the public health
Stop.
nurse
Rest.
telling people how
Write your
stress is
score.
not good for your body. So it's not just us saying.
Oh, good.
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
Trunk twist. Trunk twist.
All right. Mm-hmm.
Judy likes trunk twists.
I like them too.
You don't have the right music on.
You know what?
Don't have the right music on.
Oh, well, that was a slow Ray Orbison, wasn't it?
A little bit. I don't know what's on there. It switches it. All right, we're going to rock the baby. All right. So our belly button tells us where we are, right? So our belly button's going to rotate from each direction, okay? By holding our arms. Yeah. But
Practicing this week.
oh, that's right. Congratulations, Kathy. All right. Remember those knees a little bit soft, and we're going to rotate from one side back to the middle. And we're going to do that for half the time. And the other 30 seconds, we'll do the other side, okay?
Exercise 7.
Here we go.
You can totally count the ones you've already done.
How come
Yep.
we put our hands up for this one?
This one, we have a wider base of support with our feet. So our feet should be,
And
yeah.
You get more of a twist.
Did you feel how your body just stopped? So if your arms are out,
Yes.
you kind of stop yourself. So with them in, you get a little bit more rotation.
Mm-hmm.
30 seconds to go.
All right, rotating the other direction.
Which side does that baby like to be rocked better? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
He says the other one. Oh. You're right, Grandma too.
Kathy, how many grandchildren do you have now?
I have 2.
Now you have 2. Very exciting.
Yes, I have Vivian and Cooper.
That's
Cooper.
Cooper.
Stop. Rest.
Very
Write your score.
good. Whew.
It did kind of come out a little Cooperish.
It did.
Yeah.
Cooper. You want to say cute Cooper.
Cutie Cooper.
That's what it was, yeah.
Sidekicks.
All right, earlier we were talking about side kicks. Side kicks is a great one to work on our muscles that are right here that help us hold up our hip, right? So what we're gonna do, we're gonna shift to one leg. Remember, try not to lock that knee, okay? You're gonna shift to one leg and the other leg is gonna go out to the side and back, okay? You wanna keep your toes pointed straight ahead. Try to avoid this motion, which is what happens a lot of times. We do this. And that's working our rotators. We want to work our hip abductors, okay? All right.
Can I make a suggestion? So, if you have a chair in front of you, like you notice how Corey's standing to the side, right? If you don't have room in the audience for that to happen, what you can do is maybe stand in between 2 chairs, you know, and one of you can move up. So you want your hands out to the side. You still, because if they're in front, you're now
Yes.
limiting your base of support even though you're holding on, right? And what we want to get you to is where you're doing this without hands on. So what you want to do is keep your hands as wide as they can, so when you go to shift, if it's this side, you know your hands are here. They're still wide, right? If it's this side, your hands are still here, right? So, yep. So if you want to, whatever you guys want to do, pull those chairs up. But
Yep.
You two, you can
Yep. Yep.
okay? All right.
All right.
All right. We
All right, ready?
Go for room rearrangement
All
all
right.
the time. No worries.
All right, ready? We're going to shift to that leg that we're standing on. The
Exercise
other
8.
one's going to go out and in.
Yep, so if you're still hanging on with one hand, this other hand still wants to be helping you out, right? Because that's your balance. Jim, you're loving this, right?
Oh, yeah.
See a smile. Right.
Well, I have to do this because I got arthritis on my hip.
Yep.
That's right. It's a great exercise for arthritis. Good point.
Make sure you're squeezing your glutes,
30 seconds to go.
right?
All right, now you're going
Because
to
that'll
shift to
help
the
you
other
out.
leg. Really shift to the other leg and out. Now there's several ways you can do this exercise. If this is hard for you to lift up your hip, you can always step to the side and go back in, step, or you can put all that weight on the other leg and lift it out to the side. And it doesn't have to be a big motion.
Oh, go more. Pull body straight. Yep, just shift into that. Yep. Don't move your arm.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
Yeah, let's talk to me after. I want to show you something.
runner's stretch.
All right, so earlier we were doing calf raises or heel raises, whatever you want to call them, to strengthen our calf muscle, but now we're going to stretch it. Okay, they call this the runner's stretch. All right, so one foot is in front with the knee bent, toes are pointed straight ahead, okay? You want to try to maintain that base of support. You don't want to be standing on a tightrope. You want to keep a little bit of a space, right? The knee is pointing towards your middle of your big toe, okay? Your heel is pressed down in the back and the knee is straight. So this is where you do want to straighten that knee, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to shift your body weight forward while keeping the heel in the back pressing down to the floor. Okay, you should feel a nice little pulling. Oh, that's I know. We got to.
Exercise 9.
All right, ready? So shift your weight. We're going to hold this posture for 30 seconds. Make sure you're breathing nice and slow. You want the muscles to relax so they allow that flexibility there.
So Gail's doing this sitting, and she's going to just slide her leg down the side of the chair, so she's still going to get that hip extension stretch. She's just not getting the calf extension stretch, which she will get more
30 seconds to go.
hamstring stretch.
All right, switching legs.
From one side of the
Yep. Remember the knee in the front. It's pointing towards that big toe. Heel in the back is pressing down to the floor.
So make sure your feet are not close together, like in tandem. You want them still spread
Yep.
apart, even though they're not,
Yep.
not right next to each other.
Want to keep
That's
the.
still your stability. That's still your base of support.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
Very good.
Nice job, everybody.
Were we supposed to be holding on or not?
You can. It
You
depends
can.
on where you're level.
I saw Corey
So
holding.
Corey's
Yeah.
holding.
Yeah, I'm demonstrating how to hold it, but yes, you can hold it, and if you want to challenge your balance and add a balance component, you can try to, as long as you maintain the proper technique, you can always challenge yourself. But yeah,
Kind of doing different levels up here.
Yeah.
So wherever you fit in and you feel it, and it might not be the same for everything.
right, yeah, it's true.
Ankle circles.
Ankle circles.
Okay, you can do these seated if you feel comfortable. Anytime you're sitting, though, I would suggest you sit a little bit more forward because you might as well incorporate your core, right? We're working in a balance class here, so we want to really get the balance, okay? So keep good posture and sit a little bit more forward in the chair. Don't let your back
Exercise
rest
10.
there. And we're going to do circles. If you're standing, the leg you're standing on, remember, needs to be unlocked, okay? Ooh. And so as Kathy says, you can bring your arms, the base of support. When you're narrow, bring your base of support out. However, if this gets easy and you feel like you can lower your base of support of your arms, but once it changes the technique and you're all out of control, put those arms right back up.
30 seconds to go.
All right, we're going to do circles the other direction.
Or other foot. Which one do we do?
Oh, I think we do
let's-
other direction.
We'll go back and do that one again.
Oh,
So
okay.
Let's do 30 seconds on the other way this way.
It feels good because my ankle's cracking. Rice Krispie pop, right? That was good. Very important to have ankle mobility for our balance. We have stiff ankles, we're more likely to have a fall.
Stop. Rest.
Okay, and
Write
then
All
your
right.
the other
score.
leg.
All right, so remember, if you're doing this
30
standing, just
exercise
shift
10.
your weight to that other leg. Really get that other weight to support you. And circles.
Yep, so if you're feeling like your balance is challenged, you might want to sit for this one to really get full effect.
Mm-hmm.
You really don't want to let your leg move around with this. It's only your ankle. So
It's
if that's-
only your ankle,
Yep.
just repeating that.
So if that's getting tough, that would be sitting maybe a little farther back where your legs stay still.
Mm-hmm. That is the key. Kathy's making a really good
30
point.
seconds to
It
go.
is the ankle that is moving, not the leg. Okay? We really want to kind of break that up there.
And you might feel your hands trying to help you out with it if it's a little hard, right? That happens.
I had someone tell me that their tongue moves when they do this.
Yeah.
I was-
It's kind of like feeding a baby and you're like
yeah.
trying to help them out, right?
Yeah.
It's like trying to do this.
Or you
Oh,
can do
yeah.
it like Jim said. Look at that. You do both
Stop.
at the same time.
That's
a good way to
that's
do-
a
yeah.
good exercise too, right? Because now, and the challenge would be, can you do that not leaning back?
Yeah, sitting up nice and tall.
Try it. Yes, you can. So now you're getting your back in there too. That's good.
Stand on one leg is next.
Standing on one leg is next. Our favoriteest.
All right, so standing on one leg. Okay, just like I was talking here, we're going to shift our weight to one leg. Try to unlock that knee, okay? You should be having your weight distributed evenly on your foot, the big toe, pinky, and heel. Okay, so shift your weight. You're going to lift up the other leg, all right? And keep your posture. Arms out to the side. Okay, work on your base of support here.
And again, this is one, like if your arms are here, that's not your arms helping you. Your arms need to be out to the side. So either between two chairs, counter on the side. It depends, you know, it just depends, right?
Yeah.
Exercise 11.
Might
Oh.
be two fingers on that you need.
Yeah.
Your feet may not come up as high as Corey's, or it may be down low where you feel the balance. So start there, right? Start there.
Yep.
It might just be a toe on, or, you know? It might
Yep.
be a little forefoot, just a heel raise.
So that's how some people like to start doing this exercise. They start with the toe on the floor, and then they lift it up. Someone asked me before, can I bring my leg in behind me? That's fine too, whatever's more comfortable for you. Shift to the other leg. The key is really trying to keep your pelvis level, right? You don't want to be doing it like this because we're really not working. That's the whole job of that we're working on here, is trying to hold up our hip and keeping ourselves nice and level.
That's it. Judy just gave away really good tips. So if you're having trouble with this at first, lock your gaze 6 to 10
Stop.
feet ahead of you
Rest.
on an
Write your
object
score.
and just keep your gaze there.
Yeah,
Help you balance, okay?
Great.
any of balance exercises, that's a great thing to do.
Yep.
Have a focal point. That's actually what I've been doing. I stare at the little speaker there.
Yeah, and you'll notice if anything's moving, if your arms are moving, if your head's moving, if your shoulders are moving, that's going to throw your balance off, right? So lock everything in at first and then start the challenge.
Side step.
All right, it's a fun one.
All right, you guys are going to go that way first, okay? Go that way first.
All right. You got enough room back there?
We're out of the way.
Get out of my way.
You're going that way.
All right, so we're gonna do 3 steps to the right at home. Your knees are bent, right? And we're gonna do 3 steps to one side and 3 steps to the other direction. So you can do this nice along the counter if you're at home and you need that
Exercise
support.
12.
Ready? This is a good song to do this with. Right? 3. I feel like I'm at a dance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
2. I do. Yeah, that's right. That's what it is.
Oh, the waltz.
2, 3, 1.
They don't know about walking.
I know about waltzes. You need to.
Ah.
I do. The only time you get to hold a boy.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's true.
30 seconds to go.
You going?
It's the other way around.
You guys doing great.
Okay, here we go. Ready back. I screwed us all up. Don't knock the
She's
camera
gonna,
over.
yeah.
I'm
So,
not.
got a lot of excitement over here. They don't see it on camera. They just see Kathy and I going back and forth. They only knew.
I don't even know if I'm on the camera anymore.
Rest. Write your score.
Good, that was good.
We are not choreographers.
No, no, not doing. What's next?
Lateral trunk.
Oh, okay. Next one is called lateral trunk flexion. We call this like the modified teapot, I guess. All right. So this is when you're gonna put your hand on your hip, if that's comfortable, okay? And you know how we do the teapot, right? It looks like this. Just turn your hand in, okay? And we're gonna lean towards the side our hand that's on the hip is, all right? We're having that nice wide base of support. Our knees are not locked. And we're staying in the same plane. Try not to go forward, okay? Out to the side. If you have shoulder issues, you can stick your hand on your chest here maybe, okay? Listen to your body. Yep. Okay?
All right, that's
All right.
just a
Exercise
warm-up.
13.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
Oh, we warmed up pretty good.
So if you have back restrictions, this might be a bend, lift, or twist.
Just clarify with your doctor.
Right? Clarify with your doctor if it's a lateral bend. You can do those trunk twists we did are another.
That's right.
One to look at and make sure if you're having a no bend, lift, or twist, those would not be the ones to do, and you can modify and do something else instead. Or just leave them on.
30
for
seconds to go.
Now. Yep.
All right.
Switch
Hand on your
hands.
other hip. Hand over. Okay? All right.
Yep. And we don't want you to get fatigued. No pain. Okay? Just you don't have to do the full minute or 30 seconds. Do what you can, and then progress.
Always listen to your body. It will tell you.
Again, if shoulders are bothering you, just drop it down.
You know, Kathy, I think you made a good point about talking to
Stop.
doctor
Rest.
about
Right your
exercise.
foot.
I think in general it's a good idea. Talk to your doctor about exercise. What are you doing for exercises? You know, your doctor might at that point in general population, not just people with backs.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Extension,
Always-
stretch, chart.
It's okay. Trunk extension stretch.
All right, so trunk extension. We do a lot of forward bending, don't we, with everything we do? Well, let's do a little bit of extension. So I like to have my hands like this, but if that's not comfortable for you, you could put your hands on your back side, okay? You could even have your hands on your side, okay? So what you're gonna do, remember that base of support, toes pointing ahead, looking ahead, 6 to 10 feet ahead, and you're gonna lean back while you're try to listen to your body, okay? I don't want you to feel dizzy if you have any vertigo stuff, so just be careful with that. You're gonna look up and then back, okay? But I think we're holding it for 30 seconds, right? Which is a
Exercise
stretch.
14.
Okay. So we're gonna lean back. And I want you to try to take some nice breaths in this position.
If you've had back surgery and you find yourself in like extension a lot of the times, don't stress on this one. Just use it. Maybe you would do the going more into a forward flex instead of holding this, just to get yourself out of extension a little bit. So again, all
30
these
seconds to
exercises
go.
can be modified to
Yep.
help you with what
All
you're
right,
going
yep.
through.
Really try to breathe nice and slow and controlled. We want to tell the body to relax.
Make sure your knees are really nice and bent on this one. They're soft, but this one's also, your knees want to be a little ahead of you
Yep.
to keep you balanced.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
Shake it out.
Yeah.
Arm circles.
Oh,
Dancing reduces the risk of falls by 40%.
by
Throw it out there every
40%.
single time.
That's
About
right.
Singing too. How singing was really good. The least helpful for your mental health.
Yep.
The least helpful is for you to sing to yourself, but it's still good.
Oh, that's good, 'cause I sing to myself all the time.
The second one is to sing with somebody else,
Mm-hmm.
and the third one is to sing in a group.
Oh,
Nice.
oh I'm always singing. My head, I dream singing.
And saying, I belong to a choral group, and it's just the highlight of my week.
Yes, that's right.
Singing is so good for your endurance.
Yes, it works your diaphragm.
I remember watching a show when they had it was one of those celebrity
Was it?
challenges, and they had a singer and an actor who ran, racing against each other, and the singer won.
Really? Wow. Well, the diaphragm, you have,
Capacity was
yeah.
so much better. Yeah.
Mm. I
All right,
rem-
what's next?
arm circles.
Arm circles.
Real quickly, when you were just saying that, I just got to say this about that. When I was a kid, I remember going to the YMCA when I was a kid. Excuse me, it wasn't the Y, because my parents sent me to the boys club first. And they had our coach, his name was Marty. And the person that could say Marty the longest got to pick the exercise that we were going to do, or the challenge. And guess who usually won? Me.
Nice.
Because I would practice. I just thought it was a fun challenge. And I worked on the E part, so it would be like, Marty. I don't want to keep doing it because I'd probably go for the whole minute. I could do it probably, but I didn't realize he was a nice little trick to work on the diaphragm. I was really smart. So
All
good little
right.
practice. All right, so now we're going to do arm circles. I think we got spring fever today. All right, so let's start low, all right, and work our way up. We're going to have our hands going, what are we going to do, forwards? Forwards first?
Let's go forward first.
All right, we'll go forward first. We're going to start. And if you feel like you can make bigger circles as you go up,
Exercise
then
15.
try it. Listen to yourself.
Small, go large, go fast, go slow.
Do your own pace
Yep,
here.
change it up a little
Exactly.
bit.
The key is make sure you stay good posture with this one. Okay, listen to your shoulders. You don't want to have any pain here. Okay, going up. You might find you can't go any higher. That's okay. Yep.
It's okay. Don't stress it. Just go to where you can go.
30 seconds to go.
All right, now we're going to
Go
circle.
backwards.
Circles backwards, right? Keep them good.
Happy with our bodies. Just say thank you for letting me do what we do. And that we're here.
That's right. You all look good. You made it here. That's great.
How high can you go? How
Ooh,
low
they
can
do
you
get
go?
tired, don't they, doing this?
Yep, take a break when you're fatigued. It's
Well, they are
okay.
smaller muscle groups, so they do fatigue a little quicker
Stop.
than the
Rest.
legs.
Write your score.
And that's how you strengthen. You strengthen by fatiguing the muscles, not by stressing them out. So if
Mm-hmm.
you start to get tired or you start to have pain, just take a little rest.
Well
They'll
said.
reset, and then you can go. And it's
Well.
just going to keep you stronger.
Sit and stand.
All right, so earlier we're doing chair push-ups. Now we're going to do sit to stand. I don't know if you can see that in here. I don't know. Can you see me? I'm going to bring a little more. All right. All right, to do a nice sit to stand, all right? So you're going to scoot your bottom to the edge of the seat. You're going to tuck your feet underneath you, right? Toes are pointed straight ahead. You got that good base of support in our, right? We don't want our knees near each other, so you want to open up your legs a little bit, all right? And then what you're going to do is keep and looking 6 to 10 feet ahead. You're going to shift your weight forward, push into your arms, press into your feet, and
Exercise
come all the
16.
way straight up. Stick your bottom back. Make sure you really stick your bottom back, and then come down to the chair.
Exercise 16.
It is not, we're not stopping, we're starting. All right, so really bring your bottom back. There you go. Watch those knees. You don't want those knees touching, okay? You want those knees to stay out. Your knees should be pointed towards your toes.
I think we talked about last time, Corey, you want to keep your knees out and
Yeah.
engaged a little more so you work those muscles
Yes.
a little better.
Yes, exactly.
30
Because
seconds
your
to go.
abductors are involved in this. So you want to keep your legs out, rolling out, because when they go in, it makes our knees go in, right? So push your legs out a little bit. It will help activate the abductors here. That will keep your pelvis nice and stable, and it'll help position your femur, which is your thigh bone.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
Very good. I noticed that you all didn't plop in the seat. I didn't even have to say no plopping. A lot of times people do that exercise. They go up really well, but then they go plop.
We don't want to hurt our cushion.
No.
Back scratchers.
The back scratcher. Okay. You can use your fancy little gadgets. You can use I'm going to use a belt today. But at home, you can even use a towel. Listen to yourself on this one here. I don't want you know what? I think you would do good with the I was going to say a towel. You have limited shoulder mobility. Okay? Gail's already demonstrating. So what you can do is you can take your towel or your dressing stick you might have. You throw it over your shoulder like so. The other hand is going to grab as high as it comfortably can with your thumb is pointing up.
Exercise
And the
17.
hand here that's holding the towel or the belt or whatever, you want to bring it as close to here so you have a good grasp of it, grasp of it. And you're going to pull, this hand is pulling up, okay? As you can see from the side view, you're getting a nice stretch here. And again, remember the breathing. So you take that hand and reach down further here. Yep, yep. And now you're going to have much more leverage.
30
There you go.
seconds to go.
Okay? You probably could even go further down.
Again, no pain on this one. If it
Okay,
hurts,
you
let
feeling
off
the pull? Okay, good. You feeling? Okay, good. Breathing, everybody. Yes, it's kind of like doing the towel, right? We dry our back, right? If this is too much and you say, I can't even get my hand back there, just take your hand and practice putting it at your pants, okay?
Put it at your waist.
Yeah, put it at your waist.
up and
Stop.
down.
No,
Rest.
we're just holding
Right
it as a
your score.
stretch. But I'm saying it's
Just
kind of,
this arm?
yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of like, I was explaining it very similar to the towel stretch.
Do we go on the other side?
Well, I don't think so.
Let's go on the other side.
Jocelyn abused. Okay, so if you have a towel, again, I can't find the belt. Towel or belt, again. This hand is as close to here as possible. Your thumb is pointing up here, and you're going to take this hand and pull up. Right now, I'm really working on just the positional stretch versus the towel way of doing it. I can't. All right, you're going to feel a nice stretch. Keep your arms out.
Make sure your head.
Take
your
that,
neck is
this
straight
hand
up.
on top, reach back. Yep, reach hand. Yep, now pull. You're gonna have much more leverage now. Yeah, okay? No pain on this. To even
30
press.
seconds to go.
Okay, breathe, everybody.
Nobody would like me after that one if I forgot.
Nice breathing, okay, everyone?
So if one way gets tired, like Corey's saying, pull up,
Mm-hmm.
then pull down and go the other way. So you get both sides of it. When it fatigues, what is that? When it fatigues out?
When it
That was-
fatigues,
that was a blah,
I
blah,
know,
blah.
we're starting to, I know. Yeah, don't force it, that's good, I like that,
Write your score.
okay?
All right, shake them out, shake them out, shake them out.
Shoulder rolls.
Shoulder rolls.
All right, let's get all seated for this one here.
There's a lot to be said about doing this kind of movement. You know, making your arms loose and they move. That loosens up a lot of muscles. Legs too, just kind of shake them all around.
Shake it out. Get all that tension out. All right, we're doing a hamstring stretch. So what you're gonna do now, everybody, scoot forward in the chair again. We're gonna do it this way. There's so many different ways to do a hamstring stretch. The way we're gonna do it is one leg is bent, the other leg is gonna be straight. Okay, so your heel is on the floor. What I want you to do is this is where you're gonna really straighten that knee because the hamstrings attach here. So you're gonna straighten that knee and I want your toes pointed towards your nose and you're gonna
Exercise
pike at
18.
your hip. Okay, try to keep your back nice and straight. Okay, not like this, what you see everyone doing. We're just gonna do it this way.
Yeah, so it's almost like you're a marionette where they're pulling you straight up and then you're going to lean forward.
Yep,
Keeping that really good posture.
yep. Keep that. Watch your knee too. It might want to pop up that knee. Press that knee.
If you have an ouchy face on right now, just lean back a little bit.
Yeah, don't
30
force it.
seconds to go.
All right, let's switch legs.
And looking at some ouchy faces.
Yeah.
Again, straighten up.
You never want to force it.
But you don't want to feel it so bad you want to cry.
Watch that knee. Your knee's popping up a little bit. Yeah, so really push that knee down, then point your toes, and then pike at the hip, okay?
We don't believe in no pain, no gain. We throw that out. We just want no
Stop.
pain.
Rest. Write your score.
You can always take a...
Grew up with no pain, no gain.
Yeah, that's true. That's how most of us grew up. Right, so it's hard to change that mindset.
Yeah, especially if you're an athlete, that's where we live, right? So with this, it's different. This is rehabbing.
Okay.
Getting things working again.
All right, so earlier I was talking, so we're going to do a pelvic tilt. This is also a small movement, but is crucial, right? If we're going to take a seat, right, we're going to go sit down in a chair, what's the motion we do? We do a pelvic tilt to sit our bottom into the chair, okay? So we're going to stick our bottom back, and then we're going to tuck our tail in. Watch out for the knees here because the knees tend to want to, at least for me, I don't know about everybody else, but I want to lock my knees when I do this. Okay, so I'm giving you a side view. Don't forget that base of support, okay? So we're going to tuck our tail in and then stick our bottom out. Right? It helps to put your hands
Exercise
on your
19.
hips. This way you really can feel. Okay, yep, try to just your pelvis is moving here, which is kind of tricky. Yeah, it's surprising. It's like the whole body wants to shift. Judy is concentrating. Mm-hmm.
We do this because we want that pelvis to be loose, not
Stiff.
attached to everything, right?
Right.
Because when we
Yeah.
walk, our pelvis does a little rotation, and if we don't have that rotation, we're not walking well.
30
Yeah.
seconds to go.
And like I said earlier too, the same thing with just being able to sit in a chair. I see people put all the pressure on their knees. They don't do a pelvic tilt. Right? So everything is staying the same. And if you notice, your belly button's going down and it's coming up. You're actually getting a little bit of core training here too.
I was going to say, you're also engaging your core.
You are.
My stomach goes with it, though.
Yeah.
Stop. Rest. Write your score.
This class is funny. They always have the cutest.
Hey, just start loosening it up.
Yeah.
Mermaids.
Mermaids. Yay. We love mermaids.
Everybody, after you write that one down, do we need cushions? Anybody need a cushion to lift up? Got one.
All right, so I think this is our last one. Is this our last one? All right, this is our last one, everybody. Okay, you guys are doing great.
Are you good?
I'm good.
Is that too? Okay, so the next one we're going to do is some mermaids. All right, so we're going to put our feet together. You're going to sit a little bit more forward, and again, don't forget your posture here. Oh, we all know. You're going to put your knees together, your feet are touching, and then you're going to swoosh from one side. I'm not sure why I said that, but you're going to swoosh to the other. And yeah, we're swooshing. We're splashing in the water. What
You want to practice without your hands, have your arms wide, shift your weight. You guys don't crash into each other.
Yeah. And if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, bring your arms in, okay? But listen to yourself, okay? If you feel comfortable, try to lift your cheek up as you do this, okay?
We're going to get you all limbered up for some dancing later. You're like, yeah, no, I'm not.
Napping later, maybe.
So if this is difficult, you can still do it just with your feet on the floor.
Yeah.
30
And
seconds
again,
to
it's more
go.
of that little bend. Yep. Yep, so use your arms. There you go.
Very good, everybody. You got it. There you go. Good. Swoosh.
So hard not to compare yourself when you're competitive, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
So hard.
Compete against yourself, right? Isn't that what they say?
That's right.
Stop. Rest.
Whew.
Write your score.
Shake it all out on that one. Everything loosened up. Good.
All right.
Namaste, cool down.
All right. All right. We're going to take this song off.
Cool down and pray. Thank you for bearing with us. We're running a little over, but we actually made pretty good time on this one.
All right. So we're going to do our cool down. It's 2 minutes, just like our warm up. Okay, everybody, this is a nice purposeful movement. Okay. So I'm going to put some music on, and we're going to get started.
Your wrists are really going to tell you how low you can go and how close you can come in. So no pain, right? This is just for relaxing, just cooling down.
It's a good opportunity to really practice that breathing, okay? So palms are touching. You're going to go all the way up. And then you're going to come down. Try to keep your palms together.
Cool down.
Okay, we're cooling down. And then we're pointing ahead. Try to keep those palms. Really focus on the breath. Keep that base of support. Soft knees.
And just go at your own pace with your breath.
If you have shoulder issues, you can just stay in the front. And then or just go up to where you feel comfortable. Maybe it's up to your chin. Maybe it's not past your head. Really controlled motions. Focus on the music. Send some good energy.
Activity completed.
Very good, everybody.
All right, excellent job. Thank you, Fairhaven Senior Center, for having us again.
Thank
You all
you.
for joining us in person and on Facebook Live. We will be back. We're here the second and last Wednesday of the month, and look forward to seeing you next time.